1. Section 80 versus the team I still can't pronounce for some reason. And with me is Banshee, yeah, on Rasmus TV.
Hello, yeah, we're going to be here with QWERT versus Section 80. Obviously, this is basically to see who gets into the Division 1 playoff. So, it's a pretty huge deal. I think it's actually just a best of one.
It's a best of one? It's a best of one game?
I think it is. It was a best of one the last time I saw the TieBreaker matches. But I'm not 100% sure. We'll have to go double check that.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Hopefully Bullet can provide us with some decent information so we actually know what we're talking about. Oh my god, man. Are you ready for some Dota? I'm so beat. Oh my god, I'm tired.
Oh, I'm always ready for some Dota.
You're always... That's good. That's
As
good.
long as it's not matchmaking at the moment. Matchmaking just isn't being fun to me.
Nope. It's not being... I don't remember the last time matchmaking was fun to me. Or like, yeah. It's just in general a horrible experience where people don't understand what you're doing. It's
10 seconds remaining.
fantastic.
Yeah. Okay, obviously, though, we do have this game currently going on. It's going to be, the first two bands coming out from QWERT. The only real interesting one is the Ogre Magi, which is a little bit interesting, as we've kind of seen that hero. He originally was a first band, first pick, kind of moved only into that first two-pick area, and then is slowly encroaching back into that first band stages because of how good he is late game. We're just general output of damage once he gets Agony Scepter.
Yeah, and Jakiro Elder Titan. I mean, yeah, it's pretty much as you said, the Ogre Magi being banned first is kind of I wouldn't say a new one, but definitely something we've seen before, and just because of his power, like his Bloodlust is so ridiculous, and his Scepter is, I think, one of the best support Scepters in the game. So yeah, it's pretty strong, and pretty much the same three heroes we see. I think it's a mixture of Elder Titan, Jakiro, and then maybe Skywrath instead of Venge, or something else. Ogre perhaps instead of the Venge. But yeah, it's pretty much the same three supports we see rotating in and out of the pool.
Yeah, but I'm quite trying to have a look and see what happened last time these two met, because obviously these two did face each other early in the tournament, as this is obviously a rematch. So I'm having issues finding the actual thing.
QWERTY won 2-0 versus Section 80.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it went 2-0 to QWERTY. So that's not actually a very good sign if you're a Section 80 fan, as Section 80, they do need to win this to make it into that playoffs. Obviously, both these two teams, no matter what happens, will manage to make it through into Division 2, as in they're definitely safe there.
Yeah.
As right now, the only ones that are guaranteed to get knocked out are Team Crayons and Selden Esports.
And we're getting confirmation that it is a best of one game, so yeah.
All or nothing.
Yes, it's pretty much all in, and Invoker being picked up as the secondary hero here for QWERTY. That's kind of interesting.
Now, the thing to know is that QWERTY, they do say on their joint Dota thing that they're a Polish team. And we all know that CIS Dota, they really do like their Invoker.
And so if they win this, they should get to Division 1. Yeah, if you win the playoffs, you get, this is a Division 1 match, getting into playoffs, and then if you win that, it's Division 1.
Yeah, because obviously the Division 1 to 2 playoffs will be the top two teams from each Division 2 bracket, and also the bottom
Division
4
1 bracket.
Yeah, bottom 4 from the Division 1 bracket. So I think that basically makes for a 4 plus 3, about 10 teams looking to be able to make their way into the Division 1 to 2.
Yeah. But Invoker, wow, surprising. I mean, we did see it. Did you see or is your time zone completely messed up for seeing the Summit games, or did it? Could you catch any of those? Because yesterday, I think it was, or I can't remember because my time schedule was messed up. But Invoker was played by Vici Gaming to an extent where I was like, wow, that's insane.
I've been catching some of the matches. It's just a problem that there's a bunch of American tournaments going on right now, and I'm here in the UK with work and having to make sure my sleep patterns are not completely messed up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
10 seconds.
I'm an adult. Yay! I can eat candy whenever I want, apart from if I want to get fat and stuff. And
You cast Dota.
Reserved.
Yeah, we can do that definitely.
That's a I guess to some point. It's up there. But being they pick up Slark, of course. Nico Baby, one of his strongest heroes, I think.
Yeah, and we have started to see Slog like make its way into a competitive stable. As in, yes, he's one of those snowbally heroes, but just so good in this current, mid-game meta that we're kind of seeing right now. Just simply because his Dark Pact means that most of the popular heroes or popular supports don't do that much against him. He can Dark Pact away with Magi, he can Dark Pact away Jakira, Ancient Vengeful Spirit, a lot of the Ancient Apparition stuff.
Yeah, and also silences and of course slows from Skywrath. There we go. Yeah.
Dire team
And
pick.
Undying, that's kind of an unusual pickup for Section 80. I
Yeah,
guess they want a
that-
5 mana lot.
Yeah, that told me they want to win this game like pretty early. They want to snowball out of control with Slark and just simply go for the early 20-25 minute game win. Because the issue you have with Undying, he's an amazing hero in the first 15 minutes. In the first 15 minutes, he's possibly one of the strongest heroes in the game.
Yeah.
The issue Undying has is after that 15 minutes happens, it's
He
kind of
falls
a
off. Like
huge plummeting
Yeah.
of power.
5 seconds remaining.
And it's still like he still offers a lot in sustain, and of course you have Jakiro, and
Radiant team
I can see this
ban.
working, but I just right now QWERTY's lineup it's heavy. Like it's
Well, what Section 80 are trying to do right now is just simply cheese. As in, it's a best of one.
just get it over with. Just get that win. Yeah.
10
They're
seconds
just saying that we're
remaining.
going to pull out the Undying, we're going to pull out the Jakiro, slot for early game pressure, and try and win the game really, really early. Because you do see a lot in best of ones like this, where, or the second game in a best of 3 series, where teams will go pull out their pocket strats. They'll go pull out their just simple push down. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Kind of strategies.
Yeah, and I guess Section 80 are looking for a mid hero
Radiant
right now.
team pick.
It's gonna be a Storm Spirit. Okay.
Yeah, that just makes sense. Again, that continues in with early game pressure. Storm very good in the early game to mid game section of the game, just simply going in and ganking very, very successfully.
Yep. And I guess QWERTY going for the more of a all-around solid, mid, maybe even late game oriented playstyle with the gyro onto Invoker. I guess I wouldn't be surprised if they pick up. It's probably going to be a support by now, but something
10
a bit
seconds
more,
remaining.
mid-gamey, because as you said, the mid-game section for Section
5
80 is
seconds
just
remaining.
like Jakiro, Storm Spirit, Undying, and then to some extent the Slark and Venge, of course.
Reserve
Like they
time.
offer a lot in terms of kill potential. So it's going to be interesting to see what QWERTY actually pick up here for the last hero.
Yeah, and right now, QWERTY, they don't really need any more late game with the lineup that Section 80 have got. The thing is that QWERTY right now, they just need counter push. They need the ability to just play defensive and just maintain to that 30 to 40 minute mark in the game, at which point they'll basically just win because they've got the harder carries.
Yeah. I guess a Venomancer wouldn't be. Well, that's probably not so good versus the Storm Spirit.
You need something with a lot of
10 seconds
lockdown. I'd like to
remaining.
see...
Disruptor.
Well, Disruptor can work to some extent as long as he gets his ultimate off. If he can get his ultimate off, maybe with the Centaur Warrior getting the stomped first, then there's a possibility of him being able to just lock down the Storm Spirit.
Yeah,
The only
exactly.
issue you've got is if the Storm Spirit doesn't get taken out,
Yeah,
it
he's
is going to
gonna
be
be
difficult.
a free for all, and that's not going to favor QWERTY too much because they have kind of static heroes, maybe besides the Invokers, and I guess Spling Dagger and Centaur is going to make him a bit mobile, but they got Slark, Storm Spirit, and then yeah, in the midst of all that, Undying. It's going to be an Undying offlane. Okay, I was kind of surprised. I thought that was going to be maybe an Undying support and then Jakiro offlane, but or dual lane maybe.
Yeah, as in, well, we have seen Undying is either playing an aggressive tri lane or as an off lane. As in, that's basically the only 2 positions you can play him in. If you play him in a defensive tri lane, you're effectively wasting the hero as to what he can truly do. And so it's going to be mostly simple, as we are going to be going into this game best of 1. Whoever of us gets into the Division 1 to 2 playoffs, be able to get into Division 1. So, introducing firstly Section 80. I'd say probably the slight underdogs due to their last matchups. We do have Storm Spirit going to be played by Slavi.
The real Slavi.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yep.
AKI on the Vengeful Spirit. You've got Slog being played by Nico Baby. The Undying, he's going to be played by Centurion. And last but not least, we've got the Jakiro being played by Zitsu.
Zizzo?
Yeah, Zitsu.
Yeah. And for QWERTY we got 13. Would you? Oh, he's in a lot.
I'd
of
say
trouble.
Leah.
Yeah, Leah. Yeah. On the Disruptor, we got Lisa on the Elder Titan on top lane, and of course on the Gyro, we're going to be having Exotic Deer, and shout out for Nicole. Okay, Sazo going to be playing Invoker mid, and on the bot lane, we're going to be having Artie picking up the Centaur on the off lane, so shout out to Nicole, whoever that is.
Nicole's everywhere looking around. Now, I do actually want to note something that I know we don't usually mention couriers, but look at the courier currently on QWERTY's side.
Wow, that's a Shack Bark.
Yeah, but no, look at its effects. It's got like this kind
it's
of
like a drunk effect or something, or
yeah, it's special. I think you get like it's like the rare drops from a chest or something.
Oh wow, can you get? I didn't know you could get that. Where do I buy this? Oh my god.
Probably for like lots and lots of money. I know in Team Fortress 2 that when you get special effects like that, they're like I know one went like $2,000 or something crazy like that.
Wow, that's 2,000.
Yeah. It was absolutely nuts. Even better, the guy got it for free in like a Christmas event.
Wow, that's pretty surprising. But who would you say had the better lanes? I mean, Centaur is getting pretty much his own lane for the time being.
Dire's top tower
I mean,
is
top lane is
under
doing
attack.
okay-ish, but do you want to give space to the Centaur in this kind of a game where you could potentially ruin your mid game with a fast blink?
As in yes and no, and the Slark should win this 1 versus 1 to some extent in the sense of getting better farm. On the other hand, it is like you said, that Centaur doesn't need to get amazing farm to, do well, so to say.
Yeah.
On the other hand, though, this dual lane, it seems a little
Wonky.
weird.
Yeah, a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you kind of got like the two parts of a very nice aggressive tri lane.
Yeah, exactly. You got like you're just missing that tiny bit of stun or slow to actually make it work. But yeah, and Exotic Deer, he's not. I mean, he's not suffering too much. He's got 5 to 3, and I mean, yeah, he doesn't really care that much. Undying is a bit of a nuisance, but I mean, he's not going to be that big of a problem on top lane. Just
And meanwhile, do see there's going to be 2 ganks coming in here on middle. The Stomp's going to hit the Storm Spirit. Meanwhile, we do see Vengeful Spirit on the opposite mid. And can the Storm Spirit get away? No, he can't. Invoker's going to take him out, and that's going to be a very nice gank there coming out, making that 1-0.
And we got Nicole in the chat actually giving out a heart, so that's actually unfortunate. Vengeful Spirit was going to rotate in with the haste, but just a tad bit too late, and that's going to be it for the Vengeful not picking up any kills mid, and Storm Spirit of course going down. Really unfortunate for Section 80.
Yeah, really a bit of a shame right there, and I do think that aside from this mid, which should mostly be equal ganks aside, because Storm Spirit versus Invoker is a matchup I'm sure everybody's seen to some extent.
Yeah.
The real interesting thing is, can this dual lane do the work it's obviously supposed to? Do you see the Stomp's going to be coming in? It's going to miss the Undying though.
Oh, and Disruptor taking a lot of right click here for Zizu as well as Centaurian, and yeah, he's going to return on back though, but the Tombstone doing work. And again, we haven't actually talked about this, but Gyro, pretty much the go-to counter to Tombstone, and they're losing a lot of health. Disruptor is going to go down here, and yep, Disruptor pauses, of course. There we go.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the pause ended up happening there, but in the meanwhile, I'd say these 2 heroes are going to be in a lot of trouble right now, considering the fact that we've got the Elder Titan, he's got his... not actually got any mana for the Echo Stomp, but the Gyrocopter is going to have enough ability to get his Rocket Barrage off again, and this Jakiro is in a lot of trouble with all these enemy creeps hitting him in the face.
Yeah, I mean, I think if Undying plays it correctly, he could possibly get a kill because of the Jakiro. Like, he's hitting hard, and he's got 8 stick charges. Oh, top, yeah. Invoker gets the Undying as well as the Jakiro on Elder Titan. So that was a 2-for-1. Pretty okay. RD though, look at the game, the Storm Spirit. I think it's about who gets the Orchid first in the mid lane, because I think I wouldn't be surprised if Invoker went for that kind of fast Orchid. Oh, RD.
Yeah, they did spot him. Some very nice rotations there coming after the Vengeful Spirit. This time a little bit there in time to save against the Centaur or the middle gank, so to say.
Yeah. But do you think it's going to be an Orchid on... I guess an Orchid on Storm Spirit wouldn't be too bad. I guess you could also get it on the Invoker or even the Slark on bot lane. But he's... Nickel Baby doesn't really prefer that kind of mana regenerating build. He kind of wants the Skadi or the Yasha or even the Blink Dagger to actually get into the fray and actually, steal stats instead of, getting those pickoffs that, well, Slark can also do, of course.
Yeah, as in obviously the Orchid, there's a lot of spells on both sides you really want to stop.
And I think Artie's gonna go down here. Yep, there we go, one more right click. No, he dodges it in the last second. Wow. But yeah, as you were saying, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, there is actually a lot of spells on both sides that basically you want to get rid of and not allowed to throw off. There's no real, as in maybe the gyrocopter is like the least targetable with that ability, but at the same time, as in even he has got his rocket barrage, he's got ultimate, he's got a lot of spells. It's a very spell-heavy game coming out from both these two teams.
I mean, for the for the Section 80 side, I would see Disruptor or maybe even the Centaur or the Invoker as a prime target. But it just feels like maybe a bit lackluster to get that get that Orchid both on Slark as well as Storm Spirit, and I guess Storm Spirit is gonna get it at some point just because it's one of the it doesn't fall off as much as Bloodstone would do if you have a bad time mid or top lane Jakiro.
Yeah, they are going to go on in, but meanwhile, the Tombstone comes out and stuns the damage. Just stun on 2. Nice ass path right there. And you see the Undying just going in for the right click. But they maybe have to turn this around him. He dove too far. He's going to pop his one charge and be more than fine. And the Disruptor, lots of damage being traded. No one goes down. Meanwhile, in the bottom lanes, Slark does manage to take out the Centaur 1 versus 1. And nobody in the top lane dies.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. It was kind of a back and forth trade.
Possibly not. As you see the sun coming out onto the Elder Titan, he's going to get taken out.
And Exotic Deer could be in a lot of trouble. Look at all the strengths on Undying. He has almost 1k health, and I think that's going to be it for the Deer. Yeah, Gyro's going to go down. That's a double kill for
bottom tower is under attack.
Very nice. So there you see the Sunstrike. Gonna barely miss. So close. Just shifting off a little bit to the top. So not quite the prediction that the Invoker was looking for, and that is going to be basically a 2 for nothing right there. So very nice stuff coming out from Section 80.
Yeah, and slowly getting the lead, I think, because of course Nico Baby pretty much uncontested in farm and getting a kill as well, so he's doing pretty okay for himself. And I mean, Gyro's died of what? How many times? Once, I think. Yeah, and he has 2 support or 2 assists, and his supports have actually kind of rotated out. It seems like Disruptor's actually gonna go mid.
He's not quite the highest farmer in the game, but he's pretty close to it, around about 100 gold behind the Invoker.
Well, the Invoker actually being the leader in net worth. I guess it's because of the double. The double or the kills he has, and of course getting the first blood, which is pretty huge. Managing to get that on Storm, and yeah, actually Storm is actually on pair with the Undying. That's kind of interesting. I mean.
Yeah, Storm's not been having the greatest game. At the same time, if we have a look at all of the heroes currently, of the top 4, 3 of them are on Section 80 right now.
Yeah.
With the Gyrocopter being slightly behind the Undying, which is not something you really want to see. Producing Invis being popped by the Storm Spirit. Are they going to go on this Invoker? He's going to zip away. The stun is going to come out. He's going to be able to save him.
And yeah, that's going to be it for Invoker. I was kind of surprised that it actually does not hit, but yeah, he's going to get down the Invoker, and they're gonna go out. Just no problems. Like, that's the problem with the other side. And if you kind of, the stomp is there, but you don't really do that much damage with him. And I think the most damage output he's getting is actually from the Natural Order, which is only level 1. So it's kind of a bit sad to see him. I mean, I like him being played as a support, but I rather like the bulb Elder Titan where you go mid and you just max out Natural Order, and the second somebody goes into your lane, you just straight up kill them. But yeah.
Yeah, Natural Order. Elder Titan, one of those supports that do need his levels. He's very good with them. And I'd say that in a way, that's actually a very risky move, putting it with Disruptor, who's mostly the same. It's like level 1 Glimpse is possibly the worst spell ever. Yeah, but level 4 Glimpse is amazing. And it is rather the same, as in like Thunderstrike is subpar up until it gets that level 3, level 4, where the mana for damage ratio is actually pretty impressive.
And slowly but surely, I mean, right now it's a pretty static game. Pretty much everybody wants to farm and nobody's doing too much of anything. The top lane, I guess, is the most interesting lane right now because, yeah, that's of course the duel versus tri lane right now for the time being at least. And I'm kind of surprised they haven't done more to. I mean, they have shut down the Storm Surge somewhat, but to rotate a bit, a bit more, even with especially with the Invoker being quast.
Stomp is going to come out, going to hit both of them. This actually top lane. This could be huge amounts of trouble. The ultimate's going to be coming down as well. The rocket barrage just going to be doing enough damage to finish him off, and the Glimpse bringing the hero back, and he may be in pretty trouble as well, but he's going to be able to run away with his Tranquil Boots. And that is going to be a very nice gank there coming out from this tri lane up top, and that's always the issue you have when you do a 2 versus 3 lane, where 2 is less than 3.
mathematics. You don't only learn Dota, you also learn math on
Yep.
stream. So welcome.
Counting with Banshee.
And yeah, Invoker also helping out a bit there with the Sunstrike, of course. I guess he's going for kind of a push build. He seems to pretty much ignore the Wex and not go for the Meteor at all, just going into the straight up 2 Force Spirits play and getting as much push going for him as possible. And damage, of course, top. Sip comes out, Exotic Deer.
Yeah, he's gonna get dragged back.
And Stomp comes out. He's actually gonna be okay. They can actually turn on this, I think. Slavi doesn't have that much mana, and he's gonna sip away. Eldritch Titan going in for the kill, maybe? Nah, he's gonna get spotted by the Tombstone, so he's actually gonna go back. But yeah, really nice plays from Eldritch Titan coming out, saving the gyro just barely.
Yeah, that was a very nice double stomp there, meaning that this Gyrocopter is going to get taken out. But while this is happening, the pressure is real on QWERT right now. The Slark is basically getting free farm, and you know, free farm Slark is not what you want to see.
No, and especially on Nico, baby, I guess he's gonna rush the Blink Dagger just straight up. Well, that was some nice play from Sisu. He actually dropped the Tranquils and then attacked and then picked him up again. That's a really nice play, actually. Denying the effect of attacks, of course. And that's, yeah, he's going to regenerate a lot of health in this bottom lane. Yeah, I don't think Centaur can actually do anything, even with the help of Eldritch Titan. This is going to be a dead tower. Yeah, there we go.
And that's going to be the first tier 1 tower going down. And I'd say this is the part of the game where Section 80 are really going to want to start doing things. Slark's just picked up his Blink Dagger, or will be in a few more moments. And once he's picked that up, you know, Slark is effectively ready to start making things happen.
Yeah.
On the opposite side, though, we do see a push coming out on this top tier 1. But the middle is the gang going out onto the Centaur. Centaur's going to get away, but Stormspirit is still chasing.
He's going deep. Yeah, he's going to go out down. Yeah, top tower does fall in the end. And, yeah. But just trading with mid towers, I guess, is fine for Section 80. They're, as you said, wanting to end the game pretty quickly. That's what they're trying to do as fast as possible.
Yep, and so that is going to be basically a 2-for-1 trade right there in terms of towers. As the rest of QWERT are going to get forced back from this top lane. They can't really push down that deep, and, well, Leah is going to be a little bit careful on that Disruptor.
And who do you think? I mean, Gyro is obviously one of the better late game carries of the game. But do you think he can match the the mobility of Slark and Stormspirit and take the game? Because I mean, Centaur isn't really a right click kind of hero. You know, he's just I go in, stun, dish out a ton of damage, and then if you want to focus me, you can do that. But I'm not really going to be doing too much of anything else. And Invoker, yeah.
It's all going to depend on whether Slark gets off to a very fast start, because he's already got there to some extent, but now can he use his Blink Dagger to start snowballing out of control? Because in a 1v1 fight, I do feel that Gyrocopter is the better late game carry when we're talking like 40-50 minutes into the game. But before then, if Slark can, you know, farm up a lot faster using the pressure of a Blink Dagger and just ganking the opposing team, I do think it's going to be QWERTY's advantage if they can manage to get to the late game, but it's going to be difficult to do so.
Yeah, you think that they're going to be overrun, and it seems like Section 80 wants to make another go at a tier 1 tower, and that's, I guess, they're just smoking out to see if anybody's actually farming here, like the Gyrocopter or even he's actually going to be caught here, I think. Yeah, probably. Yeah, the smoke
They might go off and catch this Gyrocopter right now. They are going to find him. He's not going to know anything. Even the creeps coming in to help, and instantly nuked down. And meanwhile, Slark picks up a solo kill down here on the bottom lane, so that's going to basically be a 2-for-0 as Section 80. They're starting to do their thing, and he's going in for another kill right now, blinking in immediately, getting that huge amount of Dark Pack damage.
And John Volker going in. He's probably going to disengage here. Did use his cold snap on the Stormspirit. Swap comes up, stun. Sazu could be in a lot of trouble. All those zombies doing so much damage, and he's just going to take a fall here. Yep. So that's serious. That's a 4-for-0.
Yeah, it was kind of a 4-for-0, but more like 2 simultaneous ganks going off, including 2 solo kills from the Slark. Is having a pretty good game right now.
Yep. And gonna rotate top, pretty much a dead tier 1 tower here. And even though, I mean, even if they use fortification, this tower's gonna go down. And Slav even rotating mid. Pretty sure his teammates can actually secure the top lane. Gonna be doing so pretty quickly. So what the hell is secure and Spirit? So he is going for that Orchid as well, pretty fast on Stormspirit. So Invoker's gotta watch out. And I kind of feel like Invoker hasn't done too much this game. Like, he went level 8 or 9, sorry, and then he got his maxed Fort Spirits, and then he kind of didn't do much with him. Like, he's tried to push mid a bit, but it hasn't really happened. On top lane, Exotic Deer going to town. Centurion gonna try to drum out of there, but he is gonna go down. Slavi getting a dominating streak, and yeah, Exotic Deer, he's really in trouble.
Yeah, we do see the Centaur ultimate is going to get popped, and they're going to be trying to get out of here, but the Disruptor's in huge amounts of trouble, and Dying already taking out the Gyrocopter, and Storm's Bridge is coming in to clean up, and the Slug also doing the right-click damage, Shadow dancing around, Artie going to stomp onto nothing, and that's going to be a full team wipe there coming out for QWERTY.
Oh, but the Force Spirit's doing damage. Centurion, he's gonna... Oh, wow. That's a close one.
Yep, but that is going to be 15-5 right now, as Section 80 are under such a huge lead right now. If I have a quick look at the net worth and experience, experience is 7.5k in favor of Section 80, with the gold being roughly the same.
Yeah, and as you said, they really took that mid-game advantage and turned it into something amazing. Like, they've taken pretty much all the outer towers. I guess they're just going to rotate between the lanes to actually secure them, and there's not really much QWERTY can do at the moment with no BKB on Gyro and no Blink on Centaur. It's pretty much like the initiation power from QWERTY is not there at all.
Yeah, because the problem we saw right there was that Centaur, rather than taking the 1v1 matchup with Slark through later on through the game, he just simply went off and tried to rotate to top and do fancy things on mid, and it just meant that Slark out-farmed him pretty spectacularly. And it means that his Blink Dagger, 60 minutes into the game, is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, it's kind of like, even his build, normally you would see 1 point return just to get, you know, so you can rotate into the jungle if you want to, if you're not... Oh, Jesus. They finally get a pickup kill though on Vengeful. But you would see return just getting picked up so he can jungle somewhat effectively and secure the Blink Dagger maybe 17 or 18 minutes into the game, even, you know, without farming the lane. But he kind of went mid first, and then he went top, and back to bottom, died a few times, and yeah. It's not been his game thus far. And yeah, that's going to be Disruptor dead.
Gyrocopter may also go down in a few more moments. Producer is zipping around, coming out from the Storm Spirit. He's going to be zipping in and out, dodging spells left, right, and center. He is going to run out mana though, and give his life for it in return for the to the Elder Titan. So that's going to be a 1-for-1 trade right there.
Yeah, and we do see a BKB being picked up on Stark as well. So not really anything that can, you know, threaten his life at this point, because all the spell damage is pretty much... I mean, that's the only thing that can kill him, and they don't have the right clicks to take him down. And even if they had, he does have Shadow Dance ready. So yeah, he's pretty much indestructible at the moment, and it's looking grim for QWERTY right now. They need to make something happen. And I mean, Gyro has died so many times this game. It's not even fair.
Yeah, if I have a quick look at the kills and deaths, we do see that Gyrocopter sitting there on 4 deaths and only 1 kill. So that's actually a pretty sad thing if you're hoping for him to carry you. And if we have a look on the opposite side, Slog's currently 5-0-0.
Oh, swap out and Invoker. He actually made it out? What? Okay, what? What the? Wow, okay.
I don't think he meant to swap him, I guess.
Yeah, he swapped him here bottom. And he was TPing out, like the Venge was, he wanted to interrupt the TP, and he didn't have range for the stun mid. I think he's probably going to go down anyways, yeah.
Yep, Slog just looking in to get the damage. He's going to pop his BKB and just running right past everyone. He doesn't care about ultimates if he can just simply BKB out of it all. He's going to be able to get away, though, with that power, and going to be able to get back, regen up a little bit, and sit there in the corner.
But he was, Invoker was TPing out on bottom lane. It was kind of a risky TP. It was just behind the forest, and he was actually swapped out in like the last possible second. Sip in. He's gonna go out, and it almost seemed like Invoker was gonna be interrupted, and he didn't. But Bench still swapped, and that's gonna be a full Lisa, I think. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, but that is going to be another kill there. Coming out for Section 80, another basically 2 unresponded, so to say. Yeah. Kira's going to get guns back a little bit, but not really going to do very much, and that's going to be another Tier 2 tower going down. They're already making motions for this middle one, and it's 90 minutes in, and I said they need to win around about the 25-minute mark, and, well, right now they're way on track to do that.
Yeah. And I mean, even though you are QWERTY and you do have the superior late game, I don't know if it's even going to matter, because
well, there's two things you've got to do. A, you've got to get to the late game, and B, you've got to get to the late game with not having such a huge disadvantage that your late game potential actually shines through. Because the thing is that it doesn't matter how level 25 you are an anti-mage, you do see another initiation coming out, and
It's gonna be
the
fine.
Invoker.
Yeah. And that's actually a
probably
wasted
gonna go
BKB as well. He could go down here. Oh no, he's gonna be fine. But yeah, that was a wasted BKB for Nico maybe.
Is running out for Dyer's
He's
middle tower.
gonna walk out of there and be pretty okay. Top though, and Artie gonna take a fall from Slavi, and yeah,
Blown away.
it just seems as though like Section 80 had a pocket strat. It worked out immensely, and there's nothing QWERT can really do to
Dyer's middle tower
come back into the game. I kind of think that that's gonna be exotic gear going for a nosedive in the well. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, he's gonna get swapped out. There we go.
Dyer's middle tower
Finding the
is
best he
fallen.
can, but he can't really cut out the side of Section 80, and yeah, he's gonna go down.
Kiro may be a trade though, as we do see the rockets going towards it. Sunstrike gonna steal that kill. So it's a 1-for-1 trade, but support for a carry,
Yeah, and Nico
and
gets
also that
killed.
Elder Titan going down.
Yeah.
Just not good.
It just feels like the Disruptor was a decent pickup versus the Storm, but they don't have enough counter push to to hold their towers. So it doesn't really matter too much if he can kill the Storm or not, because Slark is still there, Jakiro's still there, and yeah, it's.
I think the problem is that you can't go for both Elder Titan support and an Disruptor support.
Yeah,
That's
it's
just
kind
too
of all
greedy.
hardy. It's too passive of a set of supports. Like there's too much hinging on, I'll get the stomp off and you'll get the disruptor ulti off, and I'll, yeah, it's not gonna work. Like you need some solid, like maybe an Earthshaker or
The Dyer's poor top tower.
But it's not even that. It's just simply a case of that
Destroyed
that Disruptor needs a lot of levels, but so does the Elder Titan to do much. Meaning that you're kind of in the stage where you're
Dyer's top
both
tower
supports
is
need the
under
levels, but at
attack.
the same time there just aren't enough experience to go around.
exotic. He's a sad man. He's gonna take a dive, and yeah, Ice Path coming out. That's gonna be it.
And looks like they're going to go for a Roche right now.
Yeah. Look at Torian as well. He's really tanky. He's got mech, medallion, arcane boots, and pretty much of a tail. I guess he's gonna get he's gonna get
Radiant's bottom tower is
oh my god,
under attack.
I can never remember the new item. It's called.
Crimson Guard.
Yes, thank you.
Roshan has
There we go.
fallen to the
As we do
ground.
actually see that,
Mortality
interesting enough, on the Centaur Warner, I think that the main way that QWERT can come back into this is the Centaur Warner if he can get a Blink Dagger. The problem is he's nowhere near that at the moment, and they
He's-
need to...
He's been trying to farm that up since minute 10, I think, and he's gotten nowhere close to it. Like he's 1k ahead or behind, but it's a lot considering that's what he's farmed the last 5 minutes or so. Or maybe
Yeah,
even- yeah.
And they're even stealing the enemy Ancients that were stacked up for Gyrocopter.
Yeah, that's the combat mechanic right out the window. That's really unfortunate for QWERT, not being able to get the map control back in their favor, and yeah, this is just looking. It's probably going to be a Scotty for Slark as well, but I mean, if they can hold base, they got Elder Titan, they got to some extent the Invoker, and of course the Disruptor to have some counter push going, and they can get the Disruptor, the Gyrocopter fat enough to get a BKB. I could see it working out, but it's kind of a long shot. With
What's
the
even
BKB.
what's even worse right now, if you have a quick look at the net worth,
Dyer's
we do
middle
see that
tower
the
is under attack.
enemy Jakiro, who although he's not hard support, he is currently playing this 5th. We do see a nice swap out there coming out from Vengeful Spirit. But the Jakiro, he's currently in position 5 right now in terms of overall farm, meaning he's beating the enemy Gyrocopter, he's beating the enemy Centaur, the Elder Titan.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
In fact, the Centaur right now is actually less farm than the Elder Titan, which is
It's
not what you want to
surprising.
see.
Yeah, it's. Look at Torian, man. He doesn't
Time
care.
is running out for
He's
Dyer's
just
middle
standing his
tower.
ground. He's gonna get a missile to the face though. So probably gonna back out a bit. And
Yeah, he's going to take a rocket or two. Oh no, he's not. It's going to get destroyed. But we do see right now, although there's a lot of defensive capability coming out from QWERT, there's also a lot of sieging on the Section 80 side, and they don't mind as if the creep wave get nukes down, because they'll just get 1 or 2 dashes of liquid fire in this tower, and it will eventually fall.
yeah, and it's like I think Jakiro Sieging is one of the best heroes to do so, because you just need to pop up and liquid fire and you should be good, and you can just go back and forth, and there's no real risk. Even if the Jakiro dies, it's not that big of an issue for Section 80. I mean, it's a support. Doesn't really like if it was the Storm Spirit or even the Slark, that would have been an issue. But being
it's going to go
support
down in a
role-
few moments.
Yeah.
There we go. The tier 3 just go down. It was denied, but at the same time, that makes it even harder now to defenders. Now they don't have that tower. Now they don't have that detection and protection. All they got simply to do now is just abuse the high ground, but that's going to get harder and harder as time goes by.
And Elder Titan doing the best he can, but you know it's. Yeah, and a Lincoln's on Stark as well. That was actually not just going to town on Cordy, and yeah, he doesn't even have a BKB yet. So Exotic Deer is just gonna take a fall here. Could we see a lead? Yeah, we do see a lead.
Yeah, just look at the amount of damage right now Slark's doing, just right-clicking down like a boss. He's going to be able to use Dark Pact to get off a little bit of a regen, leaping away. But while this is happening, the balance are going down. We do see Savi trying to get out. He's got plenty of regen right now.
And
8
guess
Bloodstone charges.
they can hold for now. That's actually quite interesting. Do we see it? Yeah. And that's gonna be it. I guess that's okay for Vengeful Spirit. I would prefer the Slark just because. Yeah, and Sasu gonna take a fall here. Savi just getting going man mode, and even if the Stone Strike hits, it's not gonna matter too much. Yeah, that's gonna be Rax definitely.
Yeah, we just see right now that nothing that QWERTY can do in these fights is they're just so underfarmed, and against the Slot Spiral out of control and against the Storm Spirit.
Oh, he avoids the. Oh wow, he's gonna go down though. But yeah, he does commit suicide in the end. Yeah, I guess that's a beyond godlike streak for Nico Baby, and it seems like game over. Like this QWERTY squad. If you look at the fight recap, that was a. I mean, they did pretty much the same amount of damage as QWERTY. And oh my god, Nico Baby, you're so annoying.
Yeah, he just doesn't care. He's got his BKB, he's got his Lincolns,
Yeah,
and the
and there we
GG
go.
is going to get called. And so that is going to be 31-11. Section 80, they're going to go through to the qualifiers, winning the best of one against QWERTY. So very nice stuff there coming out from them. As again, we just saw that. I feel that the picks they got caught out by the pocket strategy from Section 80 and just simply didn't realize how aggressive the Section 80 were trying to play, which is weird considering the fact that QWERTY are a Polish CIS team.
Yeah, exactly. That was kind of my. I was going like, your CIS Dota. You present the most aggressive style of Dota, but yeah. So guys, this was Rasmus TV. If you enjoyed the cast and want to see some more Dota, it's not. I don't think we have any more for today though, because it's kind of a standstill here. But we're gonna have.
Well, I could actually. I might have a match theoretically. There are the because I do get people ask me to cast various stuff.